Hello everyone. Today we are going to make this professional portfolio website. Here is the home section and here we have integrated social media icons like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter as well as LinkedIn, and we have attached a button with to download your CV, and we have a rotating what you can say is that the fields that you are interested in, that fields that you can work in. Like mine, I've added web development, software developer, and Canva designer, which is actually made using CSS. So this entire portfolio is designed using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. And from the home section, in the about this is the about section. You can have your picture and button. Then in next section is services section, where I have mentioned three major things that I'm working on. One is web development, one is Canva design, and video editing. So you can add the services that you are providing. Next we have latest projects. So I've used this uh, hover effect on these projects with a demo. Using this button you can go to that website. It will be very professional look. It will give very professional look to your portfolio website. Then we have testimonial. Testimonial is very important in your portfolio because it displays how you have worked previously with the other clients. So it is very important to have your testimonial section in your portfolio by using Swiper bundle JavaScript library. I have made this testimonial. Next you have your contact form. In contact, most of the people that is the form, that is HTML form, most of people don't use the type function. You have to use the type function. Type function is very important because it will help you make the people who are want to contact you, it will be very easy for them whenever the email may be wrong, because when you have the types are like email, date. While selecting date or time, it is very easy for them. So definitely try to use type functions or type attributes in the form section. Then it is an up arrow, we can go directly to the front page. Then I have also added dark mode to it, so it is light and dark mode both, so that it will be like more professional look to your portfolio. And make sure that whenever you are trying to add night and day and night mode, definitely try to use very bright colors in your portfolio so that it can be visible, because in the dark mode you have to make everything, most of the data will be in dark background. So you try to use high colors, like I have used here dark orange, red orange color. And as I said before, it is responsive, totally responsive. That is, it can be open in the Windows, that is desktop mode. It is also available in, it is also available in mobile version as well as in tab version, so that it can be accessed in every, in lot of you can say that in every mobile devices also. And here we are, this is the Chrome extension. Actually we can debug. Most of the developers use it for debugging if there is any errors are available. You can make justify here. We can make I will show you the mobile version now. So this is the mobile version. uh, you can see we have added a side navigation bar here, home section, then about section, then services, portfolio section. So similar the why we should make our portfolio responsive means, the reason is that there may be chances that if you have attended for a job, most of the time the interviewer may not be like having his laptop all the ways on, right? There may be chance that he may open it in his laptop, or he may just say, just show me your just tell me, I will just open in my mobile phone. So it is a better practice to always have your portfolio in a responsive way so that it can be accessed in any device. That is, it can be mobile or it can be in desktop, and it will be a very good impression on the recruiter that okay, he's also practicing different, because every company wants to have their website available in different mobile. It also want to be accessible in mobile, it also wants to be accessible in desktop. So it is very important that try to make your any website that you are building, it may be your project, your final project or anything, definitely try to make it responsive. And you have already known night and dark mode. So it is mobile view, and this is the tab view. Tab view is mostly similar to the desktop view. So entire this project is made using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and I have used Viper library, JavaScript library. Uh, so it is very beginner friendly also. You can make it is very easy to code. So definitely try to make this project, and I've provided the link in the description for the source code. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Now let's go through step by step code. So right now we are in the index.html file. You can see in the head tag we add the meta elements for SEO purposes, and we add the title element, that is responsive portfolio. Then we link our swiper.css file to using link tag. Then we are adding our box icons linked to the head section. Then we are adding our custom CSS file, that is styles.css file. You can see here, this is the styles.css file. We linked it to our in the head tag using link tag. Then we go to the body section. This is the main section, and in the body section we see that in the header tag we add class name as header, and we add an anchor tag for logo name, that is portfolio. Then we have the nav tag for adding the nav elements, that is home, about, services, portfolio and contact. And by using the href, that is reference, we will be able to move to one section on this section when we click on that particular anchor tag, right? Right now we are in the home anchor tag, and for the home anchor tag we have hash home as reference. So if you see below in the home section, we have id as home. So this id is called over here by using hash. IDs are represented by using hashtag, and classes are represented using dot. You can see in the dot in the CSS file I will show you. You can see dot header, right? So this represents a class that you can see here in the header section, class dot header. So class names are started with dot, and IDs are started with hashtag. So we are referring this particular section. So whenever we click on this anchor tag as home button, then we will be moved to this home section. Then we have a div item for moon icon, and for another div item for menu icon. These two icons will be available. This moon icon can be seen in both desktop and mobile version. This menu icon will only be shown in the uh, mobile version of the website. You can see the home page. I will show you the home page. This is the heading tag. Then we have the nav elements, that is home, about, services, portfolio and contact. And you can see the moon icon. Next section, we'll go to the home section. In the home section, we have classes home, ID is home. Then we have div element that says home content. So you can see in the home page that all this content you see, right? Hello, I am Abhiram, this paragraph, this uh, the social media icons, the download button, these all come into this home content div. Then we have as a h3 element for hello I am heading tags. Heading tags are of total of 6, that is h1 to h6. Ranging from h1 to h6, size reduces. We are using h3 tag, and we are using h1 tag for adding the main name. You can see how the difference in the size of the element. The h3 element is smaller than the h1 element. Then we have a paragraph element for writing more data. Whenever you want to write this much amount of data into the website, then try to use paragraph tag. P means paragraph tag. Next we have a div element, that is social media icons. We have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter and LinkedIn, which are linked. These all are box icons, and these all icons are called into this website using I tag, and these I tags are using referred using by the box icon link we have attached. So this is like an external link. We are calling those icons into our website by using this I tag, which by specifying the class names we can refer the elements that we want. So we want Instagram, so we are using bx, bxl, Instagram, all. You can see in the image here. You can see Instagram image, Facebook, Twitter as well as LinkedIn elements. Then we have an anchor tag for button element to download our CV button. Next section we have professional container. This professional container is nothing but you can see the web developer. Here the image you can see the web developer. It is actually rotating continuously by showcasing other elements like like software developer, Canva developer and video editor. So this all information we are rotating. You can see here div circle. By using this class name, we are gonna rotate the elements. You can see that. Let me show you this one second. Uh, Swiper, dark mode, scroll wheel. It is in the styles. By using the CSS, we will make it happen. Let me show you that. Dark mode, menu, home section, home content. Next we have you can see home professional container, and by using you can see here keyframes. By using keyframes, you will continuously rotate. So for 0 to 20%, it will be rotated to 0 degree, which is starting position. Then 25 to 45%, then you can see a 90-degree shift. That means in the let me show you in that image. First you have seen web developer. Then after 25 to 40%, then it will move 90 degrees. Then you can see another one, that is software developer, then Canva developer and video developer. So we are all writing in one div, and we are using professional box as another div. By using this div, we are able to have that professional look to represent uh, your qualifications. You can represent your qualification, and you can also use for your experience that you have worked in particular domains. Then we have another div for home image, that is portfolio in PNG. This is the image. Try to use your any professional image. If you are using it for professional portfolio, then definitely try to use your image with nicely image with straightforward. Don't try to use any selfies or any side view images. Then we can go to the about section. Let me show you the about section. This is the about section. Here Here we are using div element for adding the image tag, that is portfolio image. You can see here this portfolio image. Then we are having about content. We are dividing each section. You can see by using div element, if you divide it, then you can be able to understand them easily. So first one is about image. So we only indicating the image that we want to add, and the next one is the about content. In that content, we are having the heading tag. We are adding the paragraph tags to give information what I do, what education you have taken, which work you do. So these all information can be given in the paragraph tag by using p tag. Then we are having an anchor tag for giving read more button. You can see here by clicking on it, you can be able to know more details about it. Then the next section is service section. In the service section, we have h2 for heading tag with my services. Let me show you the service section image. This is my service section image. You can see there are three elements. You can see three boxes. You can say by using div. You can see service container. I am dividing another three divs, 1, 2, and 3. Each service box has its own domain. First one is h3. By using h3 element, I am representing a domain web development. This is a heading tag, and by using the I tag, I am calling bx code alt. You can see this is the symbol on the web development above. This is a symbol I'm calling using calling using box icons, and by using I tag. Then I have a paragraph element to write to for small description and anchor tag to read me button. You can see here. And next similar way we are adding two more, that is Canva design and video editor. You can see here both of them. Then you can see uh, let me explain you the CSS file also so that it will be easy for you to understand. First section. All right, let's go from here from the header tag. So let me open the CSS file so that it will be easy for you to understand. Should have done this before, but let me do it for you. First, we are importing the Google fonts. They are using Google APIs. Then we are adding the star indicates that for all the elements. This is the first basic thing that we default values you can say. Margin is 0, padding is 0, box sizing is border box, text decoration is none, border is none, outline is none, scroll behavior is smooth. Font family we are using Poppins, which is one of the most widely used family names. That is for text style, you can say. Whenever you want to repeatedly use any values, like we want to use the background color, text color, or main color, you want to use again and again in this website. So therefore we don't have to mention it again and again. So we will what we will do, first we will mention those elements in the root element by in such a format that we can be able to use those values by just call using var element. You can see here background var of main color. So I am calling this main color, and here we have the main color, that is orange color, which is represented by using hexa code, that is hash F9624E. We are calling it here using var element. Then we have the dark mode. For the dark mode we use some colors which are represented here, background color, text color, and shadow color. Then HTML is the entire HTML page. We don't want any this overflow X represent that in the X direction. You can see in the X direction we don't want any overflow. If the size of the any element increased and it moved out of page, you can see in the home section. Just think that I've this image I've used portfolio image is bigger and it is going out of the Windows element. Then it will be like it will move on other side, and we can see a scroll bar below, which we don't want to happen. So we will use overflow as overflow x equal to none, so that even if the overflow happens, then it will hide it and it will only show you the exact size that is available. Then body element, we have background color equal to text color we have used. Right now we are in the header section. Let me show you by using an image. It will be easy for you to understand. So you can see header section, we have placed these values in separate way. So let me tell you. So we are using position as fixed, and then we represent top is 0, left is 0. Then we are using width equal to 100%. So it will take the entire width of the website. Then we are using padding 2 rem and 7%. Then background is transparent. You can see it is taking the home page background. There is no separate color for the header element. Then we are using display as flex and align elements as center. Uh, then by using HTML sticky, then logo. This background color is background color. Box shadow, you can see the box shadow here. Let me show you in another image. See this one. You can see here the box shadow, light shadow effect is there below the header. Below the header, you can see that shadow effect I am doing using here. You can see box shadow 0, 1.1 rem, that is 0.1 rem and 1 rem, and I'm using calling the shadow color that I have used in the root element using var element. Then we have the logo button. This is the logo for which we are adding font size, color, font weight, and margin right. Then navbar elements, we are placing them relative. Font relative and absolute are one of the most important topics. Definitely try to know more about them. I will tell you. You can see uh, uh, you can see here this image, the portfolio image is hovering onto the background color that I've added, which is orange color. Uh, this is done by using position as absolute. So whenever you keep position as absolute, you can hover onto the parent element. Here this orange cut shape background is the parent element. If you use position as relative, then this portfolio image will be placed here. Then we'll go to the next one, that is navbar. We have added navbar active. So whenever navbar active is there, you can see here, you can see an underscore below. That is whenever the navbar, whenever we hover onto it or whenever we click on that button, you can get this underline effect. That is done here by using navbar anchor tag is active. Then you'll get the main color. Then navbar active before. This is position absolute. Then we adding it's the navbar anchor tag after, before opacity. You can see the color changes. Then dark mode, this is for dark mode. I will tell you in the next section, or just let me show you the dark mode. The dark mode, the image. So in the dark mode, the icon is in font size is 2.4, color is white color, and cursor pointer. You can see in the dark mode, you can see it is in the white color, and you can see that whenever you hover on it, you can see an underline with white color. Then next we have icons, font size, color, display. These all we know. Section minimum height 100 VH, and then we have padding. Then we can come to the home section. The home section we want display, flex, align item center. You can see this. So this is the home section. These two elements we are aligning at the center. Then we have home content, maximum width is 45 m. Home content H3, we are using font size, font weight, and font bottom. Margin bottom is 5. You can see the margin bottom here under this gap. You can see this is the gap, that is margin bottom. And then we have home content, social media anchor tags. We want them to be in display, inline, flex. You can see all are aligned inline in a flex direction, is one after the another. And then we have background as transparent. Background is transparent, and you can see border, that is 2rem solid where that is orange color. You can see there's the background around the icon, that is orange color circular line. That is nothing but the border. Next we have box shadow. You can see the shadow effect, like it is a 3D icon placed on the white page. You can see that is nothing but the box shadow effect. Then we have font size, color, margin, as well as transition. So whenever you hover onto any particular button, you can see the icon will turn into white color and the background color will change into orange color. You can see that. Then we can go to the next one, that is button. Here we are using inline block, then padding, background, border radius. You can see the border radius here also. The small curvature around the edges, that is nothing but the border radius. And here we are having border radius as 0.6 10. It is very small. Then box shadow. You can see the shadow effect around it, around the button. Then we have letter spacing 0.1 10. Then we have transition, and border is 2 solid transparent. So we have a border here, but we are using transparent, so we don't get such a way. For the icons, we are getting dark orange color as border, but for this one, we are getting we are unable to see the border because we are added transparent to it. So it becomes transparent to our eyes. Then transition effect. Then button hover. So whenever we hover onto the button, the color will change. The border color will become the main color. That is, you can see the download CV will get the orange color, and the border will get the white color. Next one we have professional container. You can see the position is absolute. That is, it will hover onto the main element. This is the main element, orange shape. Then we are using the position of tablet, so it is hovering onto the parent element. When we are at top 50%, type 0, that becomes, it becomes 1 towards this side, you can see. Then here transform as translate y. So when, by using the keyframes, I told you, by using the keyframes, what we are doing is 0 to 20%, it will stay at the same way. Like right now it is there with web developer, so it will stay similar. So then when it is moves from 25 to 45 percentage, then it will rotate 90 degrees. So it will move 90 degrees. You can see here there is Canva design. So as we move from 0 to 20%, 25 to 45%, in such a way it will rotate, continuously rotate in a cyclic way, and uh, it will display the professions that you are in. That is, I am right now in web development and as well as in photography, camera design. So you can see all of them displayed one after the other. And this is entirely infinite loop, so it will continuously rotate again and again and again. Because you can see here animation output is as an infinite form. It continuously rotate infinite times. Then we have the home profession box. You can see that the same elements we are adding is aligned in center, flex directions column. Uh, this is the transmission the same way that we have used. Next, uh, by using this profession nth child, we can by using nth child element we can uh, select the particular one. If there are like 3 4 elements are there, then we can select them by using the number by using the index number starting from 1. Next we have alt tag. That's the element. These are elements, with the height, border radius, optional border radius. Something. When you have border radius of 50 percentage, you can see it will look like entire perfect circle. When we have home image, which is position is absolute, you can see it will hover onto the parent element, and we are placing it at right 40 pixel. In font relevance is none. So max width is 480 pixel and max height is 100 VH. That is vertical height. The vertical height is represented by VH. In span, then we have the about section. Then we go, let me show you the about section. So this is the about section. You can see the image and the data about content. So here I'm using display flex, justify content center, align item center, and gap is 4M. So the gap 4M is the distance between, you can see, the image and the about content. That is nothing but the gap as 4M. Then the elements are aligned at the center. You can see at the center they are aligned. Next, the image width is given as 40 VH, vertical width. Then we have heading, which is font size is 4.5 M, text aligned at center. You can see this data is aligned at the center. It's too element. If you know all this in text align left, then text align elements, margin. And you can go to the service section. Services section, services section. You can see the heading tag will present available on the about image. So the tag is aligned at the center. By the way, you can see, height is auto, padding bottom is rectangle, padding bottom, padding the below, uh, be- below these sections, the padding is 20 pixel. Then next to element, we have margin bottom as 5M. We show you in this section. Then we are in the services section, right? So you can see here we have the H2 element, this my services. So for the my service element, we are adding margin bottom as 5M. and that 5 rem is the gap between this. You can see the below is 5 rem space, then after only we are getting the three section, that is web development, Canva designer, video editor. Then we can go to next section is service container. Here we are using the service container, we are using display flex, align justify content center, align element center, flex route is wrap. So you can see all three elements are aligned at the center in the flex direction, that is in row direction, one after the another. By using this code, and the gap is 2 rem. So the gap is the space between. The space between is 2 rem. Next we have service box. Service box is nothing but each box has a div. You can see service container is a whole container for all three products and all three things that we do. And service box is for single element. So for the single element, the styles are given like this. Flex is 130 rem. The background color is you can see the background color. The background color is orange color. You can see at the top and bottom. Then we have padding as 3 rem, 2 rem, and 4 rem. It's nothing but we can specify padding values three ways. One is you can specify top and bottom and right and left value. You can specify top, bottom, right, left. You can specify top, bottom, right and left as single value. Then we have border radius as 2 rem. You can see the border, the curvature, the ends, the sharp ends are turned into a small circular way. That is nothing but the border radius. Then the text is aligned at the center. You can see all the data is aligned at the center of the box. Then we have border top, border bottom. Then transition. Transition is you can see. So whenever we hover onto the box shadow can be seen and transform scale is equal to 1.02. So whenever you can see the center box is actually whenever I hovered onto it, so it moved, it has expanded a little bit, and you can see a dark shadow effect around it, and the color of the heading tag change, that is Canva design color has changed to orange. You can see that whenever you have hover onto that particular element, the service box element. And service box I tag is nothing but we have the I tag, the symbols that we used by using the box icons. Next, transition, color effects, all of these values, padding bottom, margin bottom. Next, we have the portfolio section. So let's go to the portfolio section. The portfolio section, we have the h2 tag for heading, and then we have the div element, that is portfolio container, that is whole container. I'll show you the portfolio image. So this is the portfolio. Here we are adding for each portfolio box, we are adding first we have an image element. You can see the image element here. This is the image. Then we have a div element for portfolio layer, that is portfolio. Then we have small information about it, and we have a link. So this you can see. So whenever you can see here in this image. So whenever we hover on to any particular project, we will get the name that is specified here. You can see both for plants h4 element. You can see here plants, and the data that we added using paragraph tag, and we have an anchor tag with an box icon that is link external. You can see that image, the box icon. You can see this white circle color circle is talking about the box icon. So whenever we hover onto any particular project, you can see an orange glass morphism type image is displayed. Then so that we can be able to see the project as well as we can able to see the data that we have written below it, to let the user know what project it is, and to know small information by using the paragraph tag. And if you want to see that particular website, and by linking that website to this button anchor tag, then we can be able to move to the particular page. So using here I use hash, but you can mention the website link here. So whenever you click on it, you can move toward that particular box. So you can see that portfolio. Here you can see portfolio container. I'm using display as grid template, repeat 3 and 1 FR. That is in the grid we have three projects. Then we should go to the next line, that is 3 projects. So it will be mentioning as 3. That is the reason we are mentioning repeat 3. Then align item center, all items are aligned at the center and the gap is 2.5 rem. So the distance between each project is 2.5 rem. Then we have portfolio box, that is single box, which is related to display flex. Then border radius is 2 rem. You can see the border radius is 2 rem. You can see here the border radius is 2 rem. Then uh, we have overflow as hidden, so any element if this moving out of the is bigger than the box size, then it is hidden. Then we have portfolio image with the transition. You can see here is the thing. So whenever you hover onto it, the because we are using Pictures Absolute, so you will hover onto the image, that is portfolio, the plant image, and then it will showcase, that is background will become like linear gradient, that is orange color. You can see the orange effect, glass morphism type effect, you can see. Then we have color, that is white color for the text. And display flex, where all data is aligned at the center. The flex direction is column. So all data is in the column format, plans, then paragraph element, then the link tag. So all are aligned in the column way by using this flex direction as column. All the data is aligned at the center using text element center. Then we have opacity 0, transition is 0.5 second. This 0.5 second is nothing but, so whenever you hover onto any particular project, you will take 0.5 seconds to showcase this image. Like you can see a plant and some data, then link, which will be shown in 0.5 seconds in a smooth way. Easy, there are like ease in and out, ease out. Then whenever we hover onto the box, you can see that opacity will become 1. So opacity 0 means it will be in hidden format. So whenever you hover onto this particular project, then opacity will become 1 and you can see this effect. Here you know these values, display line. Next we have next section. These are copied. So next section we have the testimonial section. I have taken the testimonial image. So in the testimonial section we have like an overall wrapper. Then we are using the Swiper JavaScript library for this. Video will play. Time. Let it be. Let me explain the view itself. So we are using testimonial wrapper. We are using Swiper JavaScript library for this. So first, what I will do is that first I will add a Swiper wrapper here. This is the main div. Then we have the Swiper slide. So how many slides you want to add? That many slides you will add. You can see this is the first slide. This is test 1, and then we have Swiper slide. This is test 2. We have another Swiper slide. This is test 3. So one after the another, you will get those testimonials moving one. It will be moving one after the another. You can see this testimonial section in the website. I will play this after this also, so you can know how the Swiper JavaScript library will work. Then we have Swiper button next, Swiper button preview, and Swiper pagination. These buttons will help you to move from one test to another test. That is, you can see these are the images of the use for the testimonial section. And you can see the code for here. The testimonial container is display flex. All items are aligned at the center. Then you have flex direction as column. So one after the another, you can see the testimonials, and the width is 100%. Width is 100%. Then you have testimonial wrapper, which is relative. Max width is in 90 m. Width is 100%. Padding is 5 m. Then we have testimonial wrapper, testimonial box. So this testimonial box is nothing but the first. You can see the testimonial box. This is the main div that contains all these elements. Then we can see testimonial slide. the image. For the image, we are adding weight is equal to 14 rem, height is equal to 14 rem. Then we have object is cover, and border is 50%. That is, we will get in a supplier border. Then testimonial slide H3 element. For the H3 element, we are having some style, that is nothing but font size and margin. For paragraph element, the text align is at the center, and font size is at 1.4. 1.4. Then we have preview and next button. So when the color is the main color is added to the both buttons, and they are placed one opposite to each other, and you can say one after the another. Next we have the contact. Let me show you the contact page. So this is the contact page. In the contact section, you can see we have the heading tag using H2 element, and we have form input. For input, we are using type function. Definitely try to use type attribute. Here I'm mentioning type is text for full name, and type is email for email address. So you can see in the styles also. First contact and H2 element is margin bottom is 3rem. That is for the heading. Below this heading, we have a space of 2rem. Then for contact fan, we have maximum width is 70 rem, margin and text align is center, margin bottom is 3 rem. So similar way to the heading section, we are also adding 3 rem of space below the form element. Then we have for input box, the display is flex, justify contact space between text of is wrap. You can see these are aligned in the flex format, one after the another, and the space they are aligned with the center of the page. Next, we have input box, input element, and text area. The width is 100%, padding is 1.5 rem, and padding you can see here also padding. You can see the full 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 name is there. No? So the space is nothing but the padding. We are adding a padding to this particular input area, that is 1.5 rem. Next, we have input for width is 49% for input. Text area resize is none. It doesn't. So resize means that if you continue to enter any message into your message box, it doesn't expand below, but it will continue in the same box itself. So that it will look. It doesn't look like it is taking more space. Then the button element, we have margin top is 2rem. That is the gap. You can see the gap is 2rem, and it has cursor pointer. You can see the pointer at the here also. So first, when I hover onto any particular section, then you can see the pointer. Next, we are in the footer section. Footer section, we only have paragraph tag mentioned the copyright, alright users method, and then we have an icon, that is home symbol. Home icon, it's the arrow icon to move back to the home section. So whenever we click on this button, you will come back to the home section of this website. Styles. Paragraph, you can see the justify contains space between. So one element is a space at one end, and another element is space at another end. Because there are only two elements, that is paragraph tag is placed at one end, and the footer this anchor tag is placed on the another end. Yes, the space is aligned with the between them, space between. So next we have font size and colors given to the paragraph element, and for the anchor tag we are using content at center. Align items are at the center. Then we are adding padding, background border radius, transition effect. Then whenever you hover onto it, you can see the outline color will change to white color, and italic color will change. That is color equal to as read through. This is nothing but dark black color. Then we have breakpoint points, which are nothing but responsive website designs that we use. Max width is 1200, means that it is the desktop size. And for this we are using font size as 55%. So overall HTML means the overall HTML section, all font sizes will be reduced to 55% only. So 55% means if you mention 2.5 as rem, 2.5 rem, then it will become 50%, that is 1.2 rem, 1.3 rem, it will come nearly to that. Then home section, these are in the desktop version. Then if you go down to each section we have added, that is 100 pixel. Then for 1025 this is also desktop version only. 991 this is tab version. The elements will move. You can see all these values are already placed above, but they will change this. They will be reduced small width. The width is reduced to small. That is first it was there in like max width is 70 rem, but now it is 50 rem only. So as the size of the particular device reduces, we want to reduce those values so that it looks professional way, doesn't look doesn't override the website. So we use this responsive media query in the CSS file, in the CSS section, so that we can be able to convert the entire website and change those values so that it can be smoothly available in mobile tab as well as in the desktop versions. You can see the nav bar is hidden right now. This is the mobile view. It is 768 pixel. You can see the nav bar is positioned as absolute. We have reduced the size and we have placed displacement. So in the mobile version, so the mobile version is small. So in the mobile version, we cannot have this entire. And so we cannot have this much space so that we can be able to showcase all the navbar. So what we will do is that we will create an extra space, that is the entire navbar is centered in the column way, and because it is because we only want the entire navbar to be displayed when we click on that button, the nav element I've shown you before also. I'll show you this. The first section you can see menu icon in the home section. This icon will be only visible in the mobile version. So whenever we click on this button, the entire navbar will display, will showcase display which function is actually done here. You can see in the menu icon. We have the menu icon is, so we are creating menu icon in the JavaScript by query selector, that is menu icon. Here we are referring to this particular icon. You can see ID is given as menu icon. So we are referring this icon here and giving it a name, that is menu icon. So whenever we click on the menu icon on click function, so the menu icon that classes dot toggle dx. So this dx will get into activate section and you can see the entire navbar display on the home page of the mobile device. So that functionality is given here. Then header nav. This is a scroll reveal function. I'll tell you once. Let me complete this style. Then we have navbar A for display block. These all values are same. Colors are changed. Then there is only small changes are that the values are reduced because we want to make them look perfect for the mobile version also. So small values are changed. That's all. Uh, Position, its scope, the index, and overlay. These all are for lesser mobile versions also. We can see for iPhone mini also we can use this. Like this 365 pixel to match it. So for that also we can use for iPhone mini version also. Next we have the script.js. This is nothing but the scroll function that we have used. The scroll is nothing but whenever you move from one section to another section, like I am moving from home section to about section, you can see a smooth transition of images. That is, this image will come from left side and this data, about data will come from right side, and you can see a small animation effect. So that effect is done by using JavaScript here, by using a scroll swiper JavaScript library. So for that we are using this JavaScript code. Here what I'm using, I'm calibrating every section. So I'm specifying only section. Because I'm selecting all means all sections will be selected, and those sections are placed here. This is nothing but referring to those sections. And what I'm doing is that, so when Windows on scroll, so whenever we are scrolling in the Windows, like I'm scrolling right now. So in similar way, whenever you scroll, so it will for each section, whatever the section is, it is presently right now it is in, it will get an attribute that is nothing but you will get an attribute called ID, and for that ID, it is in top section. Then it will add active buttons, and you can see this. uh, it's hard to explain, but when you scroll, mm, like I'm scrolling right now, you can see the animation effects are taking place. Then how the JavaScript code knows means it will take all the section elements. So that is the reason we are mentioning as section. Then we have sticky navbar, which is nothing but the nav element. You can see this one second. This entire navbar it will stay fixed at the top. So whenever you move from one section to another section, you can still have that navbar. So it will be attached to the top. That code is done here. Simple classes.power sticky Windows scroll 100%. Then we have the remove menu icon navbar when click navbar remove. So this is nothing but whenever, so just say that, so you are in this section and you clicked onto this home button. Then you want to be moved to the home section, and when you click onto the about button, you want to move into the about section. In similar way, in the mobile version, what it is happening is that, so whenever you click on any particular link, like in the home button I click, then automatically you want the menu icon, which is the entire nav dashboard, to be uh, it should close automatically and move to that particular section. That functionality is added here. Next we have swiper. So my swiper slides preview. Each slide will preview for one slide after another. The space is 50. Then we have a loop, that is true, and then we have pagination, that is swiper pagination. I've shown before. The swiper button next and swiper button preview. These two buttons are for to move from one section to another section. When you have seen this in the testimonial section. This is for testimonial section. Then we have the dark mode. The dark mode icon I've shown you also in the section. Show you the home section. You have this moon icon. This is nothing but to shift from light mode to dark mode. And in the dark mode, you can see it will show as a sun icon. So whenever you click on the sun icon, you will be brought back to the light mode, and you can see the and moon icon. Then we have scroll reveal. That is one. As we move from one section to another section, the similar way like I'm doing. So it will scroll elements like, first it will show the home content and heading. For origin is from top. So first it will do is that the home content as well as the home bar will come from top side. That is, it will move from, it will be what you say, slower animation. The entire data will come from top to bottom side. Next we have the same goes for home image icon services contain a portfolio box testimonial wrapper content from the origin is from bottom, that is from bottom it will move towards upside. This is how you use the scroll reveal to add, and the origin is nothing but the place from which you want the data to be visible. Because with this data I want it to be visible from left to the right, then I have to add origin as left. So from origin as left, so that we move from left to right side. This is the entire script. When you scroll reveal, there's nothing but a swiper JavaScript library. The entire source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Hello everyone. Today we are going to make this professional portfolio website. Here is the home section, and here we have integrated social media icons like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, as well as LinkedIn, and we have attached a button with to download your CV, and we have a rotating what you can say is that the fields that you are interested in, that fields that you can work in. Like mine, I've added web development, software developer, and Canva designer, which is actually made using CSS. So this entire portfolio is designed using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And from the home section, in the about this is the about section. you can have your picture and button. Then in next section is services section, where I have mentioned three major things that I'm working on. One is web development, one is Canva design, and video editing. So you can add the services that you are providing. Next we have latest projects. So I've used this uh, hover effect on these projects with a demo. Using this button you can go to that website. It will be very professional look. It will give very professional look to your portfolio website. Then we have testimonial is very important in your portfolio, because it displays how you have worked previously with the other clients. So it is very important to have portfolio your testimonial section in your portfolio by using Swiper bundle JavaScript library. I have made this testimonial. Next you have your contact form. In contact, most of the people, that is the form, that is HTML form, most of people don't use the type function. You have to use the type function is very important, because it will help you make the people who are want to contact you, it will be very easy for them whenever the email may be wrong. Because when you have the types are like email, date, while selecting date or time, it is very easy for them. So definitely try to use type functions or type attributes in the form section. Then it is an up arrow, we can go directly to the front page. Then I have also added dark mode to it, so it is light and dark mode both, so that it will be like more professional look to your portfolio. And make sure that whenever you are trying to add night and day and night mode, definitely try to use very bright colors in your portfolio, so that it can be visible, because in the dark mode you have to make everything, most of the data will be in dark background. So you try to use high colors, like I have used here dark orange, red orange color. And as I said before, it is responsive, totally responsive. That is, it can be open in the Windows, that is desktop mode. It is also available in mobile version, as well as in tab version, so that it can be accessed in every in lot of you can say that in every mobile devices also. And here we are, this is the Chrome extension. Actually we can debug. Most of the developers use it for debugging if there is any errors are available. You can make justify here. We can make I will show you the mobile version now. So this is the mobile version. uh, you can see we have added a side navigation bar here, home section, then about section, then services, portfolio section. So similar the why we should make our portfolio responsive means, the reason is that there may be chances that if you have attended for a job, most of the time the interviewer may not be like having his laptop all the ways on, right? There may be chance that he may open it in his laptop, or he may just say, just show me, or just tell me, I will just open my mobile phone. So it is a better practice to always have your portfolio in a responsive way, so that it can be accessed in any device. That is, it can be mobile or it can be in desktop, and it will be a very good impression on the recruiter that okay, he's also practicing different, because every company wants to have their website available in different mobile. It also want to be accessible in mobile, it also wants to be accessible in desktop. So it is very important that try to make your any website that you are building, it may be your project, your final project, and anything, definitely try to make it responsive. And you have already known night and dark mode. So it is mobile view, and this is the tab view. tab view is mostly similar to the desktop view. So entire this project is made using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, and I have used Viper library, JavaScript library. Uh, so it is very beginner friendly also. You can make it is very easy to code. So definitely try to make this project, and I've provided the link in the description for the source code. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. So here in this project we have used AOS also for smooth animation and sliding. Here we are in the home section. Your name as well as hire me. You can see the hover effect for both. Then we can see the hover effect on navbar, home, service, about, portfolio and testimonials, the contact. You can see the slow movement of your image that you want to display on the home page. Then the services that you are providing. I am added web design, web development and debugging. Debugging is clearing all the debugs or codes in the errors in the codes. Then we have mentioned our skills, the percentages, and you can see the smooth animation effect and how this refilling from 0 to the specified percentage is 0 to 90 and 0 to 80, 0 to 75 and 35. You can see the download CV button also. With this you can also download your CV on click. We have added the download attribute also. Then we have our portfolio section. It is all where you can see the web design. You can see here it is a website. It is a website here also. This is web design. So here we have all the projects. You can separate them by using these buttons. Like now we are at the website section. 4 websites are there. And then next web design section, we have only 2 web designs. And in the app section we don't have anything, so it is an empty. And in all section it will show all the items that are available. Next the testimonial section, you can see the swiper function, slide, or you can use the buttons also. Then we have a 24/7 contact, location, mobile number, email as well as website. Then a form section, definitely try to use type in the forms like email or calendar, date, it is available. Then footer section, home, about, service, portfolio and contact. You can see social media icons like Instagram, WhatsApp and Twitter. All rights are reserved. This website is entirely responsive, that is it is available in the mobile version and as well as tab version also. Let me show you that. So first let me show you the desktop version. Here where this is the desktop version. Then if we slowly move on, this is the mobile version. You can see this is the menu bar. Here we have using then this is the home section. You can see the animation here. Let me show you. You can see the proper animation. Show you again. Here you can see how the 0 to 90% HTML, all these. Then here our portfolio section, then testimonial section. You can see how smoothly the movement of all the selected items are moving from the animation is very smooth. It is entirely made using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, so it is very beginner friendly. You can see this. Then definitely try to make or you can say you can definitely try to create the website. Don't just look at it and think that it has been done, so why the heck just let me just copy it. If you want to learn front-end web development, definitely try to do as many projects as possible. That is one of the suggestions I will give to you. And if you have any suggestions for me, please let me know in the comment section. And we are going to uh, we will go through line by line explanation. So continue watching this now. And the source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Hello everyone. Now we are going to I will be going to explaining you line by line code. So right now we are in the HTML index.html section. Uh, you can see in the head section we have added the meta tags for SEO. Then we have the title tag to add the title of the website, that is responsive portfolio website, which will only show in the main on the top bar or in the website in the Chrome or Firefox. Then we have linked bootstrap CSS file, CSS link here. Then we have, this is our custom CSS file, this style.css. It is available here. You can see this is the style.css file. We have linked it with our HTML. Then we have linked Google Fonts, Google APIs, and gstatic. These are Google fonts and links that we have linked them with our HTML. Then we have linked the bootstrap icon, CDN link, compressed data link. Then for adding animation, we are using Averse library. We have linked it to our HTML section. Here is the averse.css file. Then jQuery, we have added the jQuery link to the HTML section. Now we will go into the body section. Here we have the navbar, that is header section. Here we are using bootstrap. You can see expand navbar, light background white. These are bootstrap, and you can say shortcut CSS. By using the class name, we are accessing the CSS files that are available somewhere else using the bootstrap link. This is external link, you can also say. Then container filled, here we are adding class names for mostly because of the bootstrap. And you can see style is available. We are adding the color to the portfolio. Then button section, then we have the unordered list. UL list is used for unordered list. We have list item, and we have an anchor tag with the reference as home, service, about, portfolio, and testimonials. Then we have button, that is to contact me button at the header section. Then the navbar section ends. Then in the home section, you can see here also we are using bootstrap, row, justify content evenly, align middle. To reduce the CSS, we use the bootstrap directly by using class names. We can add here, you can see justify content evenly means if there are two contents are there in the home section, they are spaced equally. The entire content are spaced equally, and align middle, they are aligned at the center of the page. uh, then we have the div section and h2. This is the main heading, that is hello, I am Abhiram Tej. These are the main headings. We have separated them using br means break tag. It will cut the file, that is first we'll get hello I am, then below we will get Abhiram Tej. Then we have a paragraph which says P means paragraph tag, which says I am a web developer having 5 years of experience in expertise creating website with fully responsive on all devices. Then we have a button with hire me, and another anchor tag with no more button. Then we have added the main pic. Try to, if it is your for professional use that you want to display to your HR for recruitment purposes or for job, definitely try to put one good picture of yourself, straightforward picture. I've used your portfolio PNG, which is this small PNG that I've used. This is an animation PNG I've used, but you can use your own profile, nicely done profile picture. Then after home section, we are in the expertise section, that is our services. Here you can see I am using div. Just, the reason why I am using div is so that I can make every section separate. So here I am using div for heading purposes, that my services are providing cutting edge digital services. These will be the heading section, so I put them in one div. And then I am using another div for adding the services, like here I am having web design h4 here you can see, and the image icon service icon 1, it is the image for that web design. You can see the service icon here, this is the service icon, then service icon 2, and service icon 3. So here we have the name for the service, that is h4, using the h4 means there are total of 6 heading tags, h1, h2, h3, h4, h5, h6, and based on the order, the you can say the size of the font size of the will be reducing. h1 is the largest one, h6 is the smallest one, so we are using h4, that is medium, and p for paragraph tag. Then we are adding read more button using anchor tags. The reason to add anchor tags specifically is because to link the other pages, most of the time anchor tags are very perfect for this, and that is the reason definitely try to use anchor tags. And you can link also href, you can here in the href you can mention the designated website or a designated website link also you can mention here, so that on click on that you can directly redirect it to that website. You can see that everything is divided, that is in the every service has its own div. Then we have web development and debugging, these are same. And then you can see here one of the important thing I forgot is data AOS. Data AOS is, this is the animation that we are using. You can say in the first one I have mentioned here in the top, that you can see here, for adding animation to website we have used AOS library. So we don't have to write all the entire JavaScript code, we just have to mention small class names. Here we are using data AOS, which is fade up. That means a fade up is a small animation when slowly whenever you reload your website, automatically it starts from the bottom to top. You can see that, that is fade up, that is one of the animation style. Then we'll go to the skill section. Here we uh, you can see we have added HTML. Here you can see this progress, that is first the normal progress is 0%, and from 0% to we have specified some percentage, that is 90%. This is the starting percentage we have mentioning here. The other part will be in the script.js. By using the JavaScript we will be able to move from 0% to 90%, as I shown in the website. So it is to mention the starting point, we are mentioning here as 0%. Then span text, this is HTML text, then CSS and JavaScript and React.js. Next we have in the skill section we have another section which is we mention our details like my skills, about me and my experience, and then what I do, that is I'm a web designer, I have done such projects, and this is the mentioning in this two parts you can say. And and I also added download button. You can see download CV. So whenever you want to let someone else download some PDF file, then definitely try to add this attribute, download attribute, and says give it some name. You can mention any name that you want. In that file name only, the file that you have attached here in the href section will be downloaded. I have added some documents as empty document here. You can see here also it is an empty document I have added. There are a lot of attributes that are available, but most of the people don't use them. But if you want to give your website a professional look, definitely try to add the download button, so that if the recruiter sees it, then he may want to know what are your other things, if there are something missed in your portfolio, he just want to know your resume, and definitely he can simply download it, and he will be able to know more about you, yeah, like your personal details also. Then we have come to the portfolio section. This is the heading bar, as I told before, creative work and check my portfolio. So in the portfolio section, we have used the filter. Filter by using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So filter means here you can see in the button, first button we have all. In the second button we have website, third button web design, fourth button app. So website, there are some websites have added, then some web designs have added, then some apps have added. And when we click on all button, then automatically all things, that means the website that I have added, web designs and apps that I have added in the section should display all at once. So by using simply by using this JavaScript, a small code, we are able to bring all them together. I will show you here also. If you see this is the first one. First card here you can see div class card. Then we have added the image of the first website, that is car rental website here added, and I've added the name, that is car title. Then here you can mention HTML from which on by using HTML CSS I made it JavaScript. It is a website. Then you can see the read more button. If you see closely here in the div section, class post, here you can see all and website. All means whenever we are going to click on all, and automatically all the blocks of codes that have the words as all will be displayed in the section. It is a JavaScript button actually. So to mention first, it is like a reference. You can consider this all and website. You can see here we have added data filter. All is added here. So whenever we will click on this all button, so wherever the all is added in the sections, those all will be displayed in the portfolio, in the section all at once. So you can see data filter website is there. So this is a website also. So I've added website. All means you have to bring everything. That means website should come, web design should come, even apps should come. So but this is the website, so I've added website. And you can see all as common in every thing. Here you also can all and website. Then we have all and web design, and then all and web design, all and website, all and website. So it is for filtering the data we are using this. Then the next section is the testimonial section. In the testimonial section you can see this is the testimonial image. I will show you the image. This is the testimonial image. We have the heading, that is testimonial and client feedback. Then div section, we have like you can see these are like here we have divided the div section into 3 parts, so that actually that 3 testimonials are available. You can see that here from div you can see cardinal inner. This is you can say that it is divided into 3 parts, but whenever we are using the jQuery, so then all of them will come in the you can see here one after the other, like the buttons also. Then you can see the p attribute to mention, that is paragraph attribute to mention the client, whatever the client have said, h4 for the name, and small icon for to know what that person does. He's a restaurant owner here I've mentioned. Then we also have the preview as well as next buttons. These two are buttons. By using them we are going to move forward or backward to know the client's reviews. So you can see here we have used a bootstrap also, rounded fill. So to make it the background will be in round and it will be filled with a particular color. Then we have database target. Next we have the contact section. In the contact section we can see the same heading section, the div. In the div, then next we have another div where we have mentioned our information like I am from India, this is my phone number. Then you can see this icon tag also. You can see bi send fill. It is one of the icons I've used here. Telephone icon. This is geo, means this is a global, what do you say, map icon. You can see in the Google Maps, you can see that icon. Next we have globe icon here. Icons represent, because as many people say, images speak more than words, because it will display more proficiency look to your website. So definitely try to use icons in your website. Then we have the form. Here we have, here I am using div sections. Input type is text. You can see definitely try to use type function. Type will be more and more professional look to your email. If you mention email, so if the person forgets to mention at the date gmail.com, then it will show an error on the spot that you have not entered the proper email id, email address. So it will be very useful. Definitely try to mention it. Then we have text area. For larger input section will only have small amount of space to enter data. Whenever you use text area is used for large amount of like for giving message, you want to write a paragraph of message to the person, then you can use text area. Here I have mentioned rows. Rows 5 means 5 rows will be allocated. You can see in the website also. And submit button. We have used bootstrap so that it reduces most of the css work. You can see here also rounded fill. It is one of the uh, css class that we have used here. Then we have the footer section. The quick links just like the nav bar, home, about, service, portfolio and contact. Then we have our social media links like Instagram, WhatsApp and Twitter. I've added them in the button function so that on click on the button we can move to that specified website also. You can you have to mention in the href, you have to reference. Href means reference. You have to mention the www.twitter.com, www.whatsapp.com. So you can mention in the href section. Then copyright. Copyright is mentioned in the paragraph. In the footer you can see bootstrap javascript cdn and aos library, that is animation library javascript. And to initialize the aos library we are using aos initialize duration 1000 is means 1000 millisecond, is very small. You can say 1 second also. And then offset 50. The reason to mention the javascript libraries in the bottom of the html section is because they take more time to render. So before that time the remaining part will be easy to render, and uh, the user whoever wants to look into your website, he doesn't feel like, oh, I have to wait for so long, because the remaining part will be displayed, like html css will be displayed. JavaScript is the functionality, so we don't until unless if he doesn't click on the navbar, if there is no navbar to display, then what is the use of having the JavaScript over there? So it is better to always have your JavaScript links at the bottom of the HTML page. And mention script tags. Definitely use script tags. These are the internal tags, you can say. And I have mentioned the script.js. It is here you can see script.js. Here I have mentioned the JavaScript. Next we will go to the CSS, that is style.css. So I am using the font family body, that is entire body, that is entire HTML page will get this font family as Poppins, which is from sans serif, which is a famous most widely used font style, you can say, font family. Then font weight is 400. Font to weight means you can see normal, if you mention 100, that is like very thin. If you mention 400, 500, 600, you can get the bold look of the words. That is font weight, that is width of the font. The letters that are the letters width will be changing by using the font weight. You want to see the bold one, then you have to mention like 600, 800. You can mention over here. Menu icons. Then we have border is none, background color is white. It is hashtags, you can see hashtag FFF means white color, to add the background color as white. Then font size is 1.5 em, that is the size of the font or the text that is available in the website. You can see this the nav dash menu is the class name. Nav dash menu, I will show you in here. Just 1 second. It is now. Here we are in the nav section. Here you can see nav item. Then here you can see nav menu. So for this nav.menu class, we are going to add, whenever you are using class, then you have to add dot. If you are using id, then you have to add hashtag. So remember that for classes we are going to add dot before the class name, and for IDs we are going to add hash before the id name. Then color. What is the difference between background color and color? Background color is the if you say there is a small text like ak, the ak color, the text color is orange. That is the words that are present. To change the color of it, we use color attribute. And for background color, if the you can say that ak background is black, you want it to be white, then we use background color fff, that is white hexa code, you can say. Then navbar, nav anchor tag, we are, this is how you, if in the navbar section we have an anchor tag. Let me show you. And this is the nav, entire nav, it is navbar. Then we have an anchor tag over here to this. So this will act as a parent. In the parent we want to go to the anchor tag which is child. Then we have to mention like this nav dot navbar, because it is a class. Then the child space, give some space and select the child, that is anchor. That is anchor means a tag. Then the anchor tag will get the color black and position relative. Positions are like, you can say, uh, positions are one of the most important css, uh, what you say, css functions, you can say, like position and then flexbox and grid functions. Definitely try to know them, because it would be very easy. If you master these things, you will be playing with css. There's nothing that won't be easy, hard for you to do, because these positions, you can say, if you create a small menu card, in the bottom of the menu card you want to add like a small, what you say, add to cart button, you want to add using add to cart button. Then if you directly paste the image, if you add the image inside of it, the image will be placed at the center or at one side or left. By using the position, you can change position relative, means the image, the whole card becomes the parent. Then based on that parent image, the small add to cart but image will be like relative. If relative means it will move based on the parent image. If you put absolute becomes that it will hover onto the parent element, and you can move it to the location, like you can move left to 0 or a right to 50. So like that you can move the icon by using the position. So definitely try to learn position, flexbox, grid. These are the most important topics. You will give by using them you will get a very professional look to your website. And then we have navbar. This hover effect is whenever we hover onto the whenever we put the mouse on that particular button or particular anchor. Then if we have an hover effect, we have mentioned here anchor tag hover. So whenever this happens, right now I'm hovering, I'm moving the mouse pointer to hover. You can see a small box is opening saying element class navbar nav. Just like that, it is also one of the hovering effect only. So just like that, whenever you hover onto an anchor tag, then the color of it will be changing into the orange color here, as I mentioned here. And after is this after effect, what do you say, after before is also very important. uh, let me tell you one second. Here if you see in the website, I've shown you, whenever I hover onto the button, it automatically moves top side, or in the navbar section, the you can see a line coming in the bottom of the word, that is home. Then whenever hover onto it, you can see the change in color into orange, as well as you can see a small line below that word. So here you can see it is position absolute. Then we have added a background color. The transition width, the width is 0.3 seconds is the time or duration to move. Ease is the transition that you want, that ease in out. Ease means it will slowly fade out. Then it is 0 seconds. Then left is in, here you can see the width is 0 first. This is the first starting period. Before you didn't even hover it, you were just having plain navbar is available over there. So before you hover, this is all the word, this is all you mentioned as that whenever you hover onto the anchor tag in the navbar section, like here is after hover after, the width will be equal to 100%. So what is that width? The line that is generating, that whenever we hover onto the home section, the line is increasing. That line which is invisible before now is visible, which spreads because we have added here animation, that is transition effect is added, which is 0.3 seconds to display. The width is first 0, then it will be increased to 100%. So it will display in the bottom. So yeah, after and before effects are like very confusing, but it is one of the most important things you have to learn. So you have to put more concentration on learning before and after effects. And hover effect is also hover effect, it is very easy, you can learn. So try to learn after and before effects. Then we have C button, border. The border is the background of the image. You can see here we have the border. The dark border is there. This you can see. You can just once again. The blue color line is the border. So you have to mention border is none. The background color font size. So I'm just mentioning these are like very simple. You all know them. Like font size is the size of the font that is available. That is the text. Font weight means the boldness of the text. If you want it to be thin, then you have to mention like font weight is 100. If you want it to look like bold, font weight is 800. So it's like very simple. Padding, margin, border. There are like three things. Border is the exterior, the outermost body. You can see the blue line I am showing here now is the outermost body. That is border. Margin, then the if you in how to say, margin is the what to say, there is an margin. Then we have padding is the innermost area. Padding is the innermost area. Then we have the margin, that is middle area. Then we have the border, which is the outermost area. There's three background areas that we use. Here I have mentioned padding, that is 30 pixel. uh, Here we have like top, left, right and bottom. So we have mentioned padding for each side. And then we have margin top. uh, then font line height means line height is an attribute where you say the gap or the line, the length of the height, you can say 4m. uh, rem, pixels are the most used one. Rem means 1 rem is equal to 16 pixel. Then we have tags, home section, you see margin. These are all similar one. Here this transform, transform function, transform and transition. These two are like for the, you can say they are the animation functions or animation attributes that are available in CSS. Transform, here translate y minus 20 pixel. That means whenever you hover onto that button, it will move towards the y side, towards the y direction by 20 pixel height. So it moves top side 20 pixel. uh, then the duration, transition, how much time that will take to move from that particular line to the top is that is 1 second. 1 second, whenever you hover it will just move upward. In text decoration, if you see whenever we add anchor tags, you can see the default default decorations will be there, like underline, blue color will be defaultly on the anchor tag. To remove those default decorations, we use text decoration as none, so that it will remove all the decorations. Then we can add whatever colors we like. I've added here color orange, so in the default we have it blue. No, I don't want to have blue, so I'm removing all the text decorations using text decoration as none. Then I'm adding the color. Here if we also having after, so whenever you hover onto it, you can see here also we have like the underline function will be there. You can see color, the color will be changing, as well as the it will move. Then we have transition, hover, after effect, scale. that is, it will be like scale means you can say it will increase its size, like small, very small. If you mention it in negative, it will decrease in size. Here if you mention in scale x1, if you mention scale x 0.1, it will push into innerwards. If you mention 1 or above 1, it will be like expand. So it is scale x, or you can say x direction. Then we have home image floating. This is like you can see in the home section, the image that I have placed, the profile image, it is continuously moving from right side to left side, right side to left side. So here I have added the floating. Floating is like simple animation I have used here. So it has 0 percentage, it will be a transition x, that is 0. In 50 percentage, transition x minus 24, that is it will move towards left side first. Then whenever it is 100%, then it moves transition 0, that is it comes back to 0th position, that is moves one side then comes back to the same position, moves one side comes back to the same position. So it is floating continuously by using here. Keyframes is one of the most used CSS function, you can say. Next we have heading, small font weight, you all know all of these things. Text decoration to remove the text. Text align center is to align all the content at the center of the website. Use text align as center. Next, border radius. uh, Border radius, how you let me show you border radius. Border radius, here you see small white box is available here, RGB, before RGB. If you use border radius 0.7, the edges of this box will be circular. You can say that it will try, it will the border of the box will be sharper right now. So if you use as border radius 0.7, it will try to be, it will be like in the circular motion. Slowly it will be like losing its sharp ends, and you can see the smooth ends. You can see now on a dining table, the edges will be like very smooth in a curvature model. So by using this border radius attribute, we make the any rectangular shapes or any hard edge shapes into circular shapes. And if you mention border radius as 50%, the entire square box will turn into circle, entire 100% circle. So it is border radius to change the borders of any object we use. Then we have text align is there, transform, transition, duration I've told you. Then uh, circular progress, gray background, we can also add gradient, 3.6 degrees, 0 degree, these are like gradient ways. Most of the time I use 90 degrees gradient. Align, justify, display flex. The reason we are using display flex here is because we have like 4 skills: HTML, CSS, JavaScript and CSS. So to keep them all in one form, we are using display flex one after the other. And as by using display flex, we don't have to mention again. In the mobile version, it will automatically, when the size reduces, all the 4 skills will form one after the other. When the size of the website increases, that is from mobile version it is moving to the desktop version, then um, the skills will move back to its original position, that is HTML, then CSS, then PH, then CSS, then JavaScript and React.js. It will move based on the size. The items are aligned at the center, the content is aligned at the center. So before, you can see here also we have before and after. These are one of the most important things. So whenever you hover onto the what you say on the on whenever you hover onto the skill, the size of the box will increase and it will expand. You can see it in the website. So that effect is added here. The position is absolute, that it becomes top. Then height and width is increased, and the border radius is 50%, that is borders are made circular. Then background color, and these are all, color, font size, font weight. Here you see hash means whenever you want to refer to any ID that is available in the HTML section, because here you can see it is a class post is a class, we have navbar is a class, so we add dot before classes, we add dot. Like here see post dot is there. If you add IDs, we specify as that my button container is an ID, so I have mentioned hash. Then transform, transition, duration, color, these are same ones you can see. Then anything new, background color, margin left, box shadow is none. Box shadow is used you can see that whenever we hover onto any objects, if you see in any websites, you can see that darkness is there, like it is like 3D printed on the website. So we can use the, by using the box shadow, we can make the effects on it, so that it gives a very professional look. Here we are not using it. I'm telling you box shadow why it is used. And then we have like that's all. Social links are available. Hover effect we can change by hovering onto it, the color will be changing. Then we go to the next section is script, that is JavaScript. So let's see, here you can see we are in the skill section. I've shown you that from 0% to whatever preferred percentage that you have mentioned, to that percentage you can see the flow, that is 0% to 90%, it will move automatically whenever we load the website. Here let's see, here I mentioned it is HTML. Let me go and show you in the HTML section so that you can understand it perfectly by using examples. Where is it? Here you can see in the circular progress you can see HTML. So I am referring to this HTML bar here, dot HTML, because it is a class. Then what I have, then I want to HTML value to, I want to know the HTML value. So what I have written the HTML value in here, HTML progress, the HTML value is 0%. Here is a 0%. So I am bringing that, so I am referring over here, that is HTML progress is has the value 0%, and I am taking that value 0% and I am placing that value in HTML value attribute. So now I'm also, so now I'm also initializing HTML starting value 0 as I've shown before. Now HTML end value is 90%, that is I have 90% proficiency in the HTML section, so the end value is 90%. HTML speed is 30 milliseconds, that is the movement of the moment you can see in the website. Whenever the website is loaded, automatically it moves from 0% to 90%. The speed at which it is moving, that is mentioned here, that is 30 milliseconds. So here we are mentioning let progress HTML set interval. This is a function, this is an arrow function. You can, if you use this arrow function, is there normal functions are there, but arrow functions are mostly used in the latest ES6 version. We are using arrow functions. So we are increasing HTML start value plus plus, that is we are incrementing the HTML start value, so it is incremented once. Now HTML value, that is here we have taken the HTML value which is 0%, the text content HTML start value. So now I am changing the content, that is you can see here I have 0%, right? So now here the HTML start value is incremented, that is now right now it is 1. If it is 1, then I'm changing that value by using the dollar. I'm changing that value, HTML start value is changed. So now HTML progress style dot background, here I am using a gradient which is actually a CSS color, you can say hash FC861F is a color. So it is start value multiplied by 3.6, it is the moment, you can say the background color, the progress color, that is one, if it is moving from 0 to 90%, right, the color is mentioned here, that is comic gradient is moving right now. Then if HTML start value is equal to HTML end value right now, so this process will continue. Right now it is 1, right? Why 1, it is not equal, so it will go back again, so it will increment again, now it will be set, the value is set to 2, the HTML set value is 2, so how the HTML end value is 90, here you see it is 90, but this value is 2, so how it is not equal, so it will go again. So this loop will continuously run until the HTML start value is equal to HTML end value, which is 90. So whenever it is equal to 90, then the interval will stop and it will pause. That is, it will stuck at 90%. That is, I have HTML, I know HTML, that the entire progress of the HTML is 90%, and 90% it will stop. So HTML speed, this it is the speed, you can say what at how much speed from 0 to 90% the radar is moving, that is mentioned here, which is 30 milliseconds. And in the similar way, just as HTML progress I have mentioned here, just like that, if you go here, we have CSS progress, JavaScript progress, React.js progress. Similar code I've copied again. Like here, this is the JavaScript progress, CSS progress. The entire code is same. Just I've changed the values. Like JavaScript end value I have mentioned here 75, CSS end value. Then next I have React end value as 30. So I've just changed the values, end values, and have maintained a similar code, and I referred in the HTML in the index section, like here JavaScript progress, React.js progress. So these all have the same code, like 4. Then we have filter section we have used in the portfolio section in our website. That's all. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to create this responsive portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. So here in this project we have used AOS also for smooth animation and sliding. Here we are in the home section. Your name, as well as hire me. You can see the hover effect for both. Then we can see the hover effect on navbar, home, service, about, portfolio and testimonials. The contact, you can see the slow movement of your image that you want to display on the home page. Then the services that you are providing. I am added web design, web development and debugging is clearing all the debugs or codes in the errors in the codes. Then we have mentioned our skills, the percentages, and you can see the smooth animation effect and how it is refilling from 0 to the specified percentage is 0 to 90, then 0 to 80, 0 to 75 and 35. You can see the download CV button also. With this you can also download your CV on click. We have added the download attribute also. Then we have our portfolio section. It is all where you can see the web design. You can see here it is a website. It is a website here also. This is web design. So here we have all the projects. You can separate them by using these buttons. Like now we are at the website section. 4 websites are there. And then next web design section, we have only 2 web designs. And in the app section we don't have anything, so it is an empty. And in all section it will show all the items that are available. Next, the testimonial section, you can see the swiper function, slide, or you can use the buttons also. Then we have a 24/7 contact, location, mobile number, email, as well as website. Then a form section, definitely try to use type in the forms like email or calendar, date, it is available. Then footer section, home, about, service, portfolio and contact. You can see social media icons like Instagram, WhatsApp and Twitter. All rights are reserved. This website is entirely responsive, that is it is available in the mobile version and as well as tab version also. let me show you, right? So first let me show you the desktop version. Here where this is the desktop version, then if we slowly move on, this is the mobile version. You can see this is the menu bar. Here we have using, then this is the home section. You can see the animation here. Let me show you. You can see the proper animation. Show you again here. See how the 0 to 90% HTML, all these. Then here our portfolio section, then testimonial section. You can see how smoothly the movement of all the selected items are moving from the animation is very smooth. It is entirely made using HTML, CSS and JavaScript, so it is very beginner friendly. You can see this. Then definitely try to make, or you can say definitely try to create the website. Don't just look at it and think that it has been done, so why the heck, just let me just copy it. If you want to learn front-end web development, definitely try to do as many projects as possible. That is one of the suggestions I will give to you. And if you have any suggestions for me, please let me know in the comment section. And we are going to we will go through line by line explanation. So continue watching this now. And the source code is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Hello everyone. Today we are going to make this professional personal portfolio website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. The source code link is available in the description. If you like the content, please do like, share and subscribe. So here we are at the home page of the portfolio. I've added my name, the designation, the contact button and integration of social media icons like LinkedIn, YouTube and GitHub. You can have your uh, photo here. Then we have skills section where I've mentioned the percentage of uh, proficiency that I am good at that particular skill, like HTML5 which is 95 percentage, CSS3, JavaScript and React.js. Then we are at our portfolio section, that is the projects that we have worked recently. Here I have luxury car rental website, movies website, another portfolio, e-commerce website, travel website and another movies website. And about section to know more about to express more about yourself, that what education you have took and about your experience you can mention here. And your contact, basic contact details like name, email and message. And footer, I've always told you to have your websites to be more responsive, that is it should be able to be accessed in both desktop as well as in mobile view as well. So let's try it with the, now we are in Chrome. This is a feature which is most developers use to debug and also see how respond how, how the website is responsive in different devices. Like here right now we are in desktop mode, which you can see. Then now we try to go for the mobile view. Here we are, this is the mobile view of the personal portfolio website. This is the home section, your skills, then the portfolio, that is your latest projects, and about section and contact. And here we have the menu bar, that is home, skills, then portfolio, then about, and your contact section. It is very good for developers to always try to make their websites responsive in mobile, tab, and desktop. So now let's try to view the website in tab mode. Here we are. This is the tab version of the portfolio. The reason to make the websites responsive is because it can be if it is accessible in different devices, then it will be like able. Most people don't use their laptops all the time. They use mobile phones most of the time. Some people use tabs more. So it is best to have your portfolio in different uh, uh, responsives so that it can be accessed anywhere in any device. So the source code for this portfolio is available in the description with the live preview link, and it is basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It is easy to understand, and if you like the content, please do share and subscribe. Hello everyone. Today we are going to build this portfolio website. So now I am gonna explain you line by line code. Right now we are in the index.html file. You can see the doc type HTML, the language is English. Then header tag, we have the meta tags for SEO. Then we have linked our style sheet. The style sheet is available here. We have linked the style sheet to our index file. Then we have linked box icons. You can find this link in the Chrome. Search box icon, and in the usage you can find this link. Copy paste here. This link will give access to the box icon server. Next we have the title, that is portfolio. Then and the body section, this is the section where we write the main code. uh, the header function, we have given the class iHeader. And then nav bar we have given heading, first nav logo heading, that is Abhiram, which is done by anchor tag. This is a means anchor tag. Div, these are sections. Dividing each section is a very good thing. You should definitely try to divide aspects so that it will be easy for you to add CSS files. So here we have divided the name, the starting title name, then the nav menu, then we are having a toggle which will be in the mobile version. This toggle will be there. We are using box icon, menu icon will be used, so that in the mobile version we won't be able to see the entire nav bar until we click on that menu bar. So we just have to click on that menu, then automatically the nav bar, the entire nav bar will be displayed, and then we can choose whichever section we want to go, then we have to click on that. So here we are using unordered list for the nav list, then list item, and we are adding another box icon which is home icon. Here we are adding anchor tag and with an reference. This reference is used for moving from one section to another section. So when we have href as hash home. So if you see, if you go below, here you can see home section, and here I've added id home. So this id is actually getting referred here. Hash means it's an id. So here we are referring this section. So whenever you click on this anchor tag as home, then you will automatically redirected to this home section available here. So in the menu, next we have the skills, portfolio, about, and contact sections. Here we are using list items and anchor tags. And next div is for toggle, that is this toggle is actually used in the mobile version because we cannot display the entire navbar in the header. So we will display it by using a small box icon. Then whenever we click on that box icon, we'll get the entire list top down. Then we uh, are uh, in the main section, that is in this is the main body of the section for the website. The first section is the home section, and here we are having the div that is for the data, home data section. H1 we are giving as class as home title. Here we have the name and the whatever the person is doing. I am a web designer, so I've mentioned web designer. Then we have an anchor tag to contact. This is actually a button. We have added a class button. Then another div is the social media icons we want to showcase. So here we have LinkedIn, YouTube, and GitHub. YouTube, YouTube, LinkedIn, and GitHub. Then, uh, then we have the next div is home image. Here we are directly using the path from the Google Chrome. This is actually you can say it in the website. I have shown you that the profile picture is on an masked form. So that mask is generated by using this entire code, which I have copied from Chrome. It is an SVG file, and I'm adding my image, that is my profile image, over here using the image tag. So this image will be hover onto that mask, so it gives a look. Then we have skills section. In the skills section, you can see here we have the heading skill using H2. Then we are going into the div function. In the div we have skills, professional skills, and paragraph tag to mention that I have gained experience in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is the data that we want to display. Then we want to display the skills that we are good at using a progressive bar. That is how much percentage of proficiency I have in that particular form. So here I have HTML5 using a spanner mentioned here, and then I am using another div which mentions the total percentage of proficiency that I have, that which is 95 percentage. Then a similar way, I have like CSS3, and which I am giving as 85 percentage. If you see closely, we have skills name and skills CSS, then skills percentage. These three classes are very important, because by using these class names we are going to implement the percentage in the JavaScript. The JavaScript will implement them. So uh, uh, then just one second. So we gonna we gonna by using these class names we will be representing that percentage, 85 percentage, using the styles. I will show you, just one second. The styles will where, here you can see the skills container data. Then we have the skills HTML width is equal to 95 percentage. So by using CSS we are going to implement this, not JavaScript. Then after the skills section we are adding an image, that is work image, to the skills section using the image tag. Then we have the portfolio section, which is actually the recent work that you have done. So here also I'm using a div under section. Then I'm using anchor tag and image tags. The reason to add an anchor tag is that whenever you click on it, you can even refer, you can add the project link over here in the href section, and automatically whenever you click on that you will be moved to that page. So it is very good to have anchor tag combined with an image tag. So I've mentioned few here. Then in the about section, we have two divs. One is about image section. About image section, let me show you about image. This is the about image. Then we have another section is the text, that is data. So always try to have your image in one div and your information in one div. So here I am using a secondary div for information. Here I am using h2 for name, paragraph tag to know, give information about what I've done, what experiences I've gained, and a anchor tag to have a small button to know more about me. Then we have the contact section. Here we have contact container is a class name, and then we are using form. In form I always tell you to use the type. Definitely try to mention type. Here I'm mentioning text. Here next type is mail. So text area is whenever you want to give uh, lot of space. For example, you want to let the user message you like in a paragraph or in such a way, so you can use this text area. It gives more space. Here I'm taken 10 rows of space. It will be like 10 rows space will be given. You can see that the box will be different than the input boxes. Then we have input type button, so automatically the button it will be in the button shape. Then whenever the value submitted, it will be submitted to the form. Next, in the footer section we have another div where we are having the social media icons, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, then paragraph icon to mention the copyright. So if the date hash 169 is it is a code to mention copyright symbol. It is a C inside a circle. This is the copyright symbol. You can integrate it by using this code. Then I have integrated script, that is scroll reveal, which is actually a JavaScript library which I have used for the animation in the website. And another script is the main script that I have attached to the HTML section. And then let's go to the styles. In the style.css file, so I will explain you most of the things. First, I am importing the Google Fonts by using this link URL, so that automatically it will be imported. Then we have the root. Root means that whenever you want to reuse any particular value, you can use root. So you don't have to mention again and again, and it will be very easy for you to change those values. If you change those values in the root section itself, then whenever you use that values, if I here you can see header height, which is 3rem I have mentioned. So if I use that header height value in somewhere else also, if I change here to 4rem, and automatically wherever I have used in multiple locations will be changed. So try to use root whenever you want to reuse most of the time. Here I've used first color, second color, because I want to use colors most in more than one places. So I'm mentioning it one place, and I'm using just the names here. This by using var is a condition, or you can say function. By var first color, you can be able to get this value of color over at any point of the code that you want to use. Then we have uh, the fonts. Body font I am using is Poppins. Then there you can see big font size, h2 font size. Here I'm taking some small font sizes, so that don't try to make your don't try to use very high uh, valued font sizes. Try to use minimal, so that it doesn't look like too much weight on your website. Then we are using margins and index, z index. uh, and at the date media screen is actually used for whenever we want to make any websites responsive, and at such times we use a media screen. And we at minimum width of 960 we want these root elements to change. So whatever the root elements I am mentioning here, I am mentioning big font size, h2 font size, normal font size, smaller font size, I am changing. If you see here, big font size is 2rem in the normal one, and in this minimum with 968 it is 3.5. So whenever you want to change the values at the particular screen size, you can mention at the date media screen. It is actually a responsive ways to change your website, so you can change those values. Then these are the base values, like box sizing, border box. Then HTML scroll behavior smooth is to let whenever we scroll, it will be smoothly moving from one page to another page. Next, body is the entire structure of the body. Here we are having margin, margin, font family, font size, color. Here as you see, var header height. So this is how you will import root values into whatever uh, section of code that you want to use. So var is important. By using var we will import. And h2, h1, h3 margin is 0. These are like base values, are starting values that I want to give to all the things that I've used. Mostly we use h1, h tags, p tags, anchor tags, and images. If there are like lot of images are there, then you can first simply mention the max width is 100%, height is auto, displays block. So whenever the images are there, this is the first default the formation will be taking place by using these values. Then we have to change those values by giving any class name to that particular image, and we can change to the required height. Then we have section title. This is the title heading, position relative, font size, color, margin top, margin bottom. Text align center means the entire text will be aligned at the center. Then after and before are the most important things that you need to learn. They are a little bit confusing, but it will be a good thing to learn. Next section we have padding top, padding bottom. This uh, padding is the innermost area of an object. So you can, whenever you change the padding values, the size of the image reduces. And margin is the middlemost border value. As you increase the border uh, margin, it will change. And border is the outermost border value. So it is out, whenever you change the border, you will automatically move. Padding bottom, padding top. Then we have max width. Max width, whenever the layout is at 1024, that is the maximum width that the website that we want. If it goes out of that width, then automatically these values won't apply to them. Like display grid won't apply to that. Next we have position fixed. Top left, these values are used to move any if you take a card, small menu card, if you take, there is an image in the center and you have small description, then you at that bottom right you want to have an add to cart button, which is actually an image. So by using this top, left, right, and bottom, you can move the image whichever location that you want by placing first position fixed, then top. You have to change them by using values, where varying the top left values you can move. Then navbar, the height, and you can say display flex. Flex is used so that whenever you want to align all the items in one row or one column, you can use display flex. By using justify content, you can add space between, space evenly. So the space will be added between each element, and it's space between. And if the entire space is taken and evenly the items are placed, that is space evenly. And align item center, all the items will be aligned at the center. This is the media screen. For 767 minimum width, we are changing the menu uh, height towards right, that is entirely moving it outside of the website. So whenever we click on the button, then automatically the website will come back to the normal website front page, and it will be displayed. So here we are using that. Next, nav item. These all are and yes, whenever you are using classes, you need to have dot in front of this class name, and if you're using IDs, then you should have a hashtag in front of them. Then active menu, top, background color. Here you can see I've also used var again. So to reuse any values, you can make them, you can give those values in the root element, and by using the var you can import them. So it is one of the very flexible ways to have it. And flex direction column, if you can see display flex has one more condition, that is flex direction. If you want them in the column version, you can mention column. If you want them in the row version, you can have to mention in the row. So then automatically the data will be moved in the row way. Then we have buttons, position. First, definitely try to learn about position, relative, absolute. So relative, what is the difference between position relative and position absolute means whenever the position is relative, if you see this is the code, skill data is a, just think that it's an image. Whenever you have position relative, the image will be beside it or before it, it will be there. So whenever the position is absolute, the next skill icon will be placed upon the skill data, that is it will hover onto skill data, that is position absolute. So that is used whenever just before I told you the menu card icon. So whenever you want to implement something over another, like I wanted to implant uh, add to cart button over the card menu, so I am gonna use position absolute to the card menu, then automatically it will be moved upon to the card. So next we have align items. This all you know. Z index is like if you want to there are like two images which are overlapping. Just think that is the both images are overlapping one on another, and you want to display the second image first, then after the first image should be below, then you can mention by using Z index. So whatever the Z index is highest will be displayed above, and with the lowest Z index will be displayed below. It is nothing but the Z direction. You can say Z direction is upward direction towards the sky. The skills width is the one that I've told you before. How much percentage that your good proficiency at. Then we have work. Overflow hidden. So whenever the image goes out of the length, the specified length, or the text is going out of specified length, then we can have overflow hidden. So whatever the portion is going out of that specified measured value, then automatically it will be disappeared, will be removed. Transition, transform, or like whenever you want to have animation towards the website, towards any particular icon or towards any particular image, you can use transform and transition. Transform is like scale means if you see, if you have an image, here you have added transform scale to it, so whenever you hover onto it, the scale will expand more than the size that is actually it is normally it is present. So if you provide the scale value less than 1, then it will compress itself into become smaller than the normal size it is available. So the transition time or the transition it is taking, the 1 second or 2 second it is taken, is mentioned using transition, or you can also use transition delay, which is also available. Then we have the about section. You know all this. Justify self is the center. You there is like justify content, justify self. Justify self means itself, only one image or one tag, one h2 element is there, then we use justify self. If there are like lot of content in it at once, we want to change, if think that a div containing h2 image and as well as one button tag, then by using justify content, for which we have to use the flex also. Flex you can use, grid also you can use. Then by using justify content we can make it center. Justify self single, justify content all, like three elements are combined together. Then we have the contact, all of them. Border, cursor pointer is whenever you can see, so as soon as I move from here to the image, you can see the pointer, that is pointer, cursor pointer, so it will convert into cursor. Then uh, footer title, margins, all of them. So here we are in the media queries. Media queries are basically for making the website responsive in all widths of the website. So this minimum max width 320, it's actually for mobile version. Media query is the way that this is how you mention the responsive, changing the responsive values for particular uh, screen size. Max 320 or minimum 578, these two are for mobile versions. Some mobiles will be smaller version, 3 will be like 320. then above that version is 376 will be this. uh, Next we have flex direction is row, align cell flex, and then grid template columns is like this grid structure is used whenever like you have like you can use flex also if you want, but grid is mostly used whenever you want to align images, or like you want to have cards that are like in a restaurant website, or you can see in the movies website you have like a lot of cards are available. Then you can use grid element, and you can, by using the grid, you can mention how many cards that you want to display in a row, how many you want to display in a column. So by using the repeat function 1fr, here we are having 2 rows and 1 fr. Then next we have grid template columns, you know all of them. So before I told you justify self, justify content, justify items. Items means the similar way. You can say 3 4 items are available at one place, and you want to make them all at the center of it. You can use justify items. Next minimum width 768. This is also for mobile. Mobile as or you can say tab. Then is all you know. Told you before only. So this 998 is desktop. You can say. Next we go to the script section. The first one is menu show. So as we move from desktop version to mobile version, I've told you that we'll get a box icon in place of the navbar section. The entire navbar section will disappear, and we'll get small box icon, bx menu icon, as I mentioned here, nav toggle. You can see. So now I'm going to display it. So first what I'm doing is that I am creating a constant as show menu constant, where I'm using toggle ID and nav ID. So get toggle, get element by ID, that is toggle ID. Then nav equal to document.get element by ID, nav ID. So you can have them over here. Then here I'm mentioning that toggle.add event listener, click. Here you can see show menu, nav toggle, comma nav menu. So here I show you nav toggle is here. This one is the nav toggle, and nav menu is this one. Here you can see this entire menu bar is given a class of nav menu. So whenever we click on that nav menu button, that is button, automatically the nav bar will be showcased. That will it will be adding a class list toggle show. So whenever we add the class list, that is whenever we add the class show, automatically the nav bar will be displayed, and whenever automatically will close also. Then we have remove menu mobile. So whenever we want to remove menu bar, then see you can see that. So whenever we click on the nav link, we remove the show menu class. That is, you can say, I will show you here. So right now you are in the skills section, and you clicked onto the skills on the button, then automatically the nav bar, entire nav bar will close, and you will be moved to the skills section. So that function is indicated here, that is function is made here. So nav menu does classes does remove, so we'll remove the show then automatically, because in the first place we are adding the show to display the nav bar. Then the second time whenever we are clicking on a nav link, the nav link is like here I mentioned here class nav link. So whenever we are clicking on any of those buttons like home, skills, portfolio, about content, then automatically it will move to that particular section, and the show class will be removed from the nav bar. Then the nav bar will disappear. Next, scroll sections active link. So when in the website I've shown you that whenever we are moving from one section to another section by scrolling, you can see that the the color on the nav items, that is, I will show you the nav links, that is home, skills and portfolio. The color of these words are changing automatically. So that function is created over here. So by checking the id, first we will get the attribute id. So by getting the ids of this particular skills, that is home id is the skills, portfolio, about, content, these are all ids. So whenever we will match those id values, and if we are in that particular section, then it will add this active link class. Whenever we add active link class, automatically we will get the color as orange color. So which is actually a class list dot remove means we are removing the class that is added, which is active link. So then automatically the color will change, and we will go to the next section. Then we have scroll reveal animation, that is origin is top, distance 60 pixel, duration 2000, delay 200. This is actually for scroll reveal. So whenever you refresh the website, the can see here scroll reveal, home data, about image, skills, subtitle, skills, text. So home data will come from top, first from top to bottom it will come display, and it will take for like 2 seconds of duration to come. So like this we are adding like home image, about subtitle, about text, so delay of 400. So after particular delay we are showcasing those particular websites. So this is how we add scroll reveal to the particular sections by using the class names that are available, like home data. This is actually class name which is available here. You can see home data. So the home data will first pop down from top to bottom, because you have mentioned here origin from top. So from top it will come bottom side with a distance of 60 pixel each, and duration of 2 seconds. For this is how you add the scroll reveal. Then you can see the images. So this is the home image. You can see this bar will move as we move from one section to another section, that I've shown you before. And then this is a portfolio section. These are the skills section. You can see in the skills section the percentage, the orange percentage is mentioned here. You can see this percentage we are generating using the styles function, styles, that is CSS. So here we are at the home page of the portfolio. I've added my name, the designation, the contact button, and integration of social media icons like LinkedIn, YouTube, and GitHub. You can have your uh, photo here. Then we have skills section, where I've mentioned the percentage of uh, proficiency that I am good at that particular skill, like HTML5, which is 95 percentage, CSS3, JavaScript, and React.js. Then we are at our portfolio section, that is that the projects that we have worked recently. Here I have luxury car rental website, movies website, another portfolio, e-commerce website, travel website, and another movies website. And about section, to know more about to express more about yourself, that what education you have took, and about your experience you can mention here. And your contact, basic contact details like name, email, and message. And footer, I've always told you to have your websites to be more responsive, that is it should be able to be accessed in both desktop as well as in mobile view as well. So let's try it with the now we are in Chrome. This is a feature which is most developers use to debug and also see how respond how, how the website is responsive in different devices. Like here right now we are in desktop mode, which you can see. Then now we try to go for the mobile view. Here we are. This is the mobile view of the personal portfolio website. This is the home section, your skills, then the portfolio, that is your latest projects, and about section and contact. And here we have the menu bar, that is home, skills, then portfolio, then about, and your contact section. It is very good for developers to always try to make their websites responsive in mobile, tab, and desktop. So now let's try to view the website in tab mode. Here we are. This is the tab version of the portfolio. The reason to make the websites responsive is because if it is accessible in different devices, then it will be like able. Most people don't use their laptops all the time. They use mobile phones most of the time. Some people use tabs more. So it is best to have your portfolio in different uh, uh, responsives, so that it can be accessed anywhere in any device. So the source code for this portfolio is available in the description with the live preview link, and it is basic HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It is easy to understand. And if you like the content, please do share and subscribe. Thank you.